think 27 pitchers
by my count
on the injured list.
Let's turn on Ballpark Cam. You know where that is. Los Angeles, California. The Dodgers looking for win number 30 on the year. And if Shohei does what Robert just showed all year long, they will certainly be in good shape. We are in an age, Carlos, where we're obsessed with bat speed, right? Bigger, faster, stronger. You walked in this morning, you said for Shohei, does it really matter? What's your answer to that question?
It does matter. Absolutely, 100%.
What were you saying? Physics, force times mass equals acceleration.
Let's do it.
What was it?
See, you play like you don't remember
this.
Check this out.
I was a memorizer.
The formula for force, right? Mass times acceleration. We're going to get into it because there's an obsession about
bat speed.
Bat speed.
I chased it.
Come on.
I got my kid the speed stack. He's doing all that stuff.
You know that we did. Now even more so. But is that all? Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, some of these guys are obviously gifted with unbelievable Adonis bodies, right? But let's get into it because he doesn't swing out of his shoes all the time.
Twice. It really is like freak of nature right here.
You know, that adjustment that he made, putting his foot down when he first got to this country, has changed his life, right? Let's look at this at bat, because he was pitched very well right here.
Yeah.
Up and in fastballs, right? He kept on coming inside to Ohtani, then he breaks off the off speed, and that's why you see these bad swings, because he has to respect the fastball. And then right here, he throws the bind.
With the high heater.
Here comes the next at bat, right? Now we're gonna start him off slow, away. This is Alexander. Change it away again. Don't do that. Don't do back-to-back, same speed in the same spot. Don't do back-to-back-to-back on the same spot, same speed.
Just giving the guy...
You just, basically what you're doing, and if you could pause this, we can get back
pause this, because, Carlos, I think what you do best is... We were talking about before we came on the air. I went to a toe tap at 30 years old that really changed my career, and I was given time because I was going to sit the pine anyway in Texas for the better part of 05 to really work on my craft, but I don't think that was you really dove into the effective velocity, and you took chances in your career to hit the homers you hit. So for you to say that triple up 3 times, to me, it's like, yeah, common sense would be, don't show me the same speed 3 times in the same area, but you attack that a little bit from a different mindset than I am.
Yes, because I'm thinking neurologically, I'm thinking psychologically. What you just did, you gave me the cadence. So whether we want it or not, as hitters, we're sensing that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I'm going to play, a song, a merengue song. Let's go to contact on this and freeze it, right? We're playing merengue, and I'm going to play it for you. There it is. You're dancing merengue. You're dancing merengue. You're dancing merengue. And I keep on playing it. You're going to get it. That's exactly what you do when you throw back-to-back pitches in the same spot, same speed. First thing I'm going to say is, look, this is off the plate. That's not necessarily a bad pitch.
That's what's crazy. It's like borderline a ball.
I mean, and this is why we're talking about speed. That swing right there worth 72 miles per hour. Talking about bat speed. So that's below the threshold, what we call fast. Fast is 75 and above. That was 72 miles per hour. He's just playing pepper
with it.
And play it. That ball goes over the left fielder's head and over the left fielder's fence. Now, I love this side view. Go ahead and play it again. I mean, look at this. These legs, they act as shock absorbers. Look how early he gets his foot down. Then he's just kind of like twirl, just...
He's got the hips.
You see that? Like, there's this hip movement. He's able to, just wait, shock absorb, and then he just puts the barrel on the baseball, and that's all you need.
But people have to understand, pause this, I don't think he's in the 1%ers that could take this swing at that bat speed and drive it out of the ballpark.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's maybe what I should do. What we're suggesting is that if you're a young player, don't be totally obsessed just with bat speed. There's something to be said about getting stronger, getting your core super strong, getting your bottom half super strong, so that when that baseball hits the bat, it's hitting a truck, it's hitting a tank, right? That's the idea. Your grip strength, that matters. Not so much how fast you swing the bat. So let's go ahead and play it and get to contact on this one. And we can freeze it there. It's like everything from the ground up into that baseball. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. There's a lot of mass here. A lot of mass. Lesser acceleration is only 72 miles per hour. but the mass takes over.
Yeah.
That's what you see Judge at the leaderboard as far as hard hit balls percentage are. It's always going to be like that. You can't fake that. You have incredible mass. O'Neal Cruz. They're huge.
Yeah.
All right? It is what it is. Now, let's play it. Let's keep going. Gets even better. Right? You're like, wow, just went the other way on that changeup. Then he's going to come to this at bat. 89 away. He's going to stay, really slow, 80 down. And kill it. He just kind of meets the ball. There's a lot of mass behind it. But this is funny right here. This is crazy. But talk about timing being the #1 thing in baseball. That's 63 miles per hour. I mean, Parada's like moving out of the way. I don't want to get hit in the face with a line drive. Ohtani is missing these 64 mile per hour pitches, right? Slow, 66. He's getting out of the way. He's scared. And then 89 up at the top, and he blows it by him. It works because of the speed differential and the tunneling. Look at this. I'm going to overlap these last two pitches. They look exactly the same.
He didn't even want that at bat. He was like faking like his back was locking up.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I hated facing.
Even a position player, when they do it right, when they're able to have speed differentials and make it look exactly the same, you can get the best hitter in the world, arguably, out. He wanted the baseball. Of course he wanted the baseball. He just struck out Shohei Ohtani. This is what I was talking about earlier. Here are the bat speeds. Okay, Andy Paez goes straight away center field, 86 mile per hour swing. That's a fast bat speed. But look at Ohtani, 72, 78. But let's say this, Ohtani is way bigger than Paez.
No doubt.
I mean, a lot more leverage, so there's a lot more mass in that formula. So Ohtani knows he doesn't have to swing
There's
hard.
all different variables to create pop.
Yes.
It's not just bat speed. Get in a weight room.
It's the same thing with pitchers just trying to throw 120. Well, the same thing with hitters trying to swing the bat extremely fast. Get strong, man. Get your core strong like Mark DeRosa.
47 years old. I walk into the gym. He's the one guy in here. He's still doing like chin-ups.
Yeah.
trying to hold on, baby.
I'm not kidding.
Robert at the gym runs for 2 hours.
I'm in there like,
trying to get your core and your bottom
too.
strong, bro.
mine's for show.
Lauren is in there.
Dero has a very, very extensive 12-minute workout, and then it's crazy.
He's so full of it.
He says he's just blessed by the gods.
That is not true. That is not true.
Okay, let's step aside. Now, while Yankee
reinforcements are arriving for the Dodgers. Andy Paez, by the way, hit a home run last night. He's got a 139 weighted runs created plus. Hai-Sung Kim went 3 for 3 last night, and they just called up the number 15 prospect in all of baseball. It's a catcher, Dalton Rushing. He was 2 for 4 in his debut. Ronnie?
Yeah, you're right. A couple of hits. Kim has brought a lot of speed, defense, and a lot of energy to that Dodger team. And Paez, don't forget, James Outman had that great rookie season. Kind of faltered his next year, and Andy was called up and did a fine job. And then, the league adjusted to him. But now he's going on another run. But it's funny with the Dodgers, if you feel like they have this entire other team that is just waiting to come up, and if you took that other team and put them in one of the divisions, they might compete better than some of the teams that are there already.
Yeah.
Do we have the board I gave is, so I track all year where guys sign their first pro contract. This is the Dodgers have 56 players who played in the major leagues this year so far through yesterday who did it. Look at the gap to the Guardians at 47. Now, keep in mind, there's teams like the Padres are up there, but there's other teams that are like 20, 30 behind this.
Yeah.
So you talk about the team that has the willingness to spend the most money, do stars, and then to Ronnie's point, they have this whole other team that comes up from the minor leagues that gives them availability to both withstand the long season and to make trades when they have to. They're a machine.
It's good to see them doing a little better. They were underwhelming there for about 4 or 5 days. Meantime, Ken mentioned this a few moments ago.
There's that changeup down and away. We talked about that. Shohei's last at bat, he ended up walking. There was a borderline pitch at the last pitch of his last at bat. It was a good one, 9-pitch at bat, laid off a really good sinker, but a lot of changeups in that bat to Shohei.
A rip right to the second baseman. Anderson over to Neto, steps on the bag to first, a double play. 4-6-3 third turn by Kahanowitz.
First time Shohei has hit to a double play this. Anytime you can have Shohei step up to home plate with nobody on, it's always a good thing. And that was the problem for Zephyr his last start. Just the cutter wasn't there and had some walk issues. 3 walks in his last performance against the Padres. So to me, he's got the best stuff in the Angels bullpen by a lot. And when it's on, he becomes almost unhittable.
What a moment for Ryan Zephyr-John here against Shohei Ohtani. And quickly had 0-1. Almost identical to the previous pitch that got Kim to ground out.
Yeah, when he puts that cutter in a good spot, it becomes a difficult at-bat, certainly for left-handed hitters. The one thing I don't see from Zephyr-John is that he could throw 100 miles an hour. You just don't see it. There's so many cutters and sweepers. He throws 100. Show it.
Don't let those numbers. I don't want him to see these numbers. That is hammered to center field. Long gone. You can forget about that one. The 16th home run of the season for Shohei Ohtani. But luckily nobody was on the bases, and it's 4-2.
Shohei smoking hot. That ball right there is the cutter, and it stays on that inside part of the plate, and Shohei hammers it. 2 home runs in the game yesterday, and a bomb right there.
Yeah, he's the hottest hitter by far in the game, best in the world. Inside part of the plate just turns on it.
Yeah, this is a cutter, and it just comes right down and in. That is the launch zone for a lefty, but Shohei doesn't pull it, stays on it, keeps his hands right in. And absolutely